Alright, let me show y'all something. This is very weird. This video gets taken down, called They Can't Replace My Soul. And, it gets taken down for sex and nudity policy, some bullshit like that. Not saying it's been removed for being too long. So let me show y'all the video. And then take my clothes off once. Alright, I want to go ahead and do this video. How you doing, man? Because I want to talk about something. I want to laugh my ass off at this. It's Barbara Rain, the motherfucker, and them crackers out there in Malibu keep straight on trying to steal my motherfucking consciousness. And it's the funniest fucking thing. It's not just even my fucking consciousness, my spirit and all of that. This bitch wants to motherfucking win. She wants to subjugate me and conquer me to the point where she has me caught up in this absolute fucking state of capitulation. And I'm looking for that word, not just capitulation, but it's a word where, you're just like totally, you're drained. But the shit don't work on me. I'm the comeback kid, man. I'm fucking resilient. That's my nature. With that being said, while I was asleep, I awoke and I noticed that, and now that I realize that this has been going on throughout this entire ordeal, I was looking at things through the eyes of somebody else. Then all of a sudden it clicked on me that what these motherfuckers are doing is placing my consciousness in theirs at times, and then commandeering control of my mind in a way, like really it's my third eye mostly, but still. That's why I'll feel really, really weird and feel like something else is at the helm. Thankfully, because I understand the nature of the mind, and it's always been, decompartmentalized, ever since the childhood incident with teacher telling me that shit, all of that was part of a curse. So, I know how to put things back together. I know what is and what isn't mine, and plus I have a very strong, I've always had a very strong personality. So with that being said, it takes me back, talking about this reminds me of the incident with, what was that woman's name, that talk show host, Wendy Williams of all people. She got the same last name as me, Wendy Williams. And Wendy Williams was a very famous television host. Well, she still is, but I'm gonna say why I say it was. That's no longer her that's in charge of her body. Something else came along and took her over. Remember when she had that issue where she was staring at something that other people could not see, and next thing you know, she fainted on stage. That was more than likely, apparently, the thing that she made the deal with to get the fame that she got. So then it took her over. But if you've watched movies, and I'm not just talking about what they call that movie, Insurrection or something. I forgot the name of it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Very famous film. She's literally in the back seat of this thing's consciousness. This thing has done taken over her to the point where she's in its back seat. But I think you got to kill the person, which you can't really do with me, because of my pact with God, to be able to pull that off. With that being said, hold on, let me go ahead and continue on. But anyways, with that being said, I don't get what the fuck, well, I know what the fucking bitch is trying to do, but I mean, look, I'm gonna say it right now like I said it yesterday. Both these motherfuckers got the emotional intelligence of a fucking child, both her and David Rayner. I have no respect for anybody like that. Because when you functioning on the level of a motherfucking child, because somebody done caused you some type of trauma, and you're not willing to face that fucking type of trauma like an adult head on, I have no respect for you. I look down upon you. I don't respect people that can't confront their truths and rather hide behind, I'm not trying to throw shade on people who do alcohol and drugs, but would prefer to hide behind things that divert them from being able to focus on the truth. Like doing this shit. I'm going to go around, like, for instance, what they're doing and fuck with innocent people who aren't fucking with me. Just so I can get back at my mom and my daddy. Like in the case of Barbara Rayner, her daddy for, I think, molesting her and shit and then leaving her and, all that bullshit. I don't have respect for motherfuckers that don't confront their truths. That David Rayner motherfucker, I got a sense that he got raped by a relative. Wouldn't be surprised if it was daddy who wasn't really there in his life and an uncle. And instead of confronting them motherfuckers, instead, him and his baby mentality decide to hide behind woken people. They're trying to steal my catchphrase. I'm just going to call it what it is. Fucking with people who ain't fucked with you because they remind you of the people who fucked all over you and fucked up your mind. You've pretty much done capitulated to them motherfuckers by doing that. So I have no sympathy for people like that. I got empathy, but not sympathy. Or shall I say sympathy, but not empathy. I'm a big believer in confronting your truths and acknowledging and getting down to what really is causing you problems. And with that being said, people like that, they never really can pull themselves out that vacuum that they're allowing themselves to be sucked into, that's torturing the living fuck out of their asses, of pain and self-inflicted pain in the form of letting people control your life and control your fate. I can't respect that. I can't get behind that. It's gotten to the point where the bitch just wants to fucking win to feed her disheveled fucking ego. In the middle of the night, she tried to imbue my body with the soul of one of her past victims, Rosie. At first I could, hear them talking about we gonna put her, they try putting her like consciousness, the soul pieces that got her consciousness, and I was able to kick that shit out. And then, they came back with, roping me out of my consciousness, but I'm quite used to it, and I mean, the shit actually always backfires. I don't know why these motherfuckers keep doing this shit. There's something in which I want to reminisce about too. Hey, how you doing, man? Good morning, brother. Back in the day, I used to watch YouTube videos where they talked about, back in 2011, they used to talk about, how there's people out there that'll, usually it was the government, they'll microwave you. They'll use technology to microwave you. And I've had them, including that Michael, whatchamacallit guy, Terrence guy, do that to me. I never thought in a million years I would be a victim of shit like that. You know, I myself used to look at people like that, and I used to think to myself, them people are fucking crazy, in a way. But I knew deep down inside they were telling the truth. But, you know, because it doesn't happen to you and it sounds so fantastical, game stalking and all of that, you know, you kind of have to, you know, the people have a tendency to dismiss it. Now I don't, because I myself am a victim of it. I'm going through it. You know, where I have people doing complicated shit like trying to take over my mind and so forth and so on. As a matter of fact, I see something right behind me. You know, somebody trying to do some, I don't know if it's witchcraft or... You know, I did early this morning see a Barbarina attached to my back. But anyways, as I was saying before, you're going to end up losing because what you got to gain? I mean, you ain't getting my soul. You got to get my consent to get that. And that's in the form of a soul contract. And you got to do it like in the physical. And that's not going to happen. I'm going to cuss your ass out and really beat your ass if I see you in real life. Well, that's the thing. People can make soul contracts in the spiritual realm, but they also have to consummate it, complete it, in other words, in the physical realm as well. So with that being said, I mean, your plans keep fucking backfiring. You know, what's driving you? What's the plan? You know, like, what's the purpose? You ain't winning, bitch. I mean, at the end of the fucking day, I'm still here. I still got my consciousness. You know, I know how to fucking regenerate. I know how to get shit back. I know how to shut down all your shit. It all goes back to willpower. Telekinesis as well helps out, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. What you do is, you connect the cord to, you got a chakra right here in your widow's peak. Then to your consciousness, then to your third eye. Then you connect it to your pineal gland, which is right here, and then to your brain stem, which is in the back. And I think your subconscious mind, because a lot of your imagination comes from there. They've tried to rope me out of all of that, and even when I was performing at half-mast and not even at full capacity, I still was kicking y'all asses, just by like, not just not capitulating, but shutting down your plans, destroying the little work that you tried to do against me. I mean, look, I'm not just a survivor, I'm a fucking thriver in a way, because people have thrown all sorts of shit at me all throughout my entire life. And I'll be damned if somebody gets a little bit of blessings in the form of my consciousness, who I am, my divine life contract, you know, all that shit, my identity. When I'm living in a homeless shelter, well, you know, and I don't, everything, you know, that's got taken from me, you know, it's a lot of it's in that van. You know, I've had my whole world taken away from me. So, I mean, what are you hoping to do? You know, what are you hoping to achieve? You've taken everything materially and even tried to do it spiritually. You can't break me down. So, you know, all I got to say is, what the fuck are you looking to accomplish? Because you ain't accomplishing shit. You ain't getting anywhere with the little shit that you're pulling. You're running around in circles. I like to fight too. So where you going?